Artemis 11. Artemis 11. So I'm going to show you the signs and symbolism that we have right now happening in the world in regards to the ushering in of the Antichrist and crowning of the Antichrist. So what does Artemis 11 have to do with this? So if you can go on YouTube, you can type in Artemis 11. Well, it's actually referred to as Artemis II, but the 2 is always written as the 11. So basically, it's Artemis 11. This is what you need to understand. It is not Artemis 2, it is Artemis 11. And I'm going to tell you and show you how and why. Freedom Awaits says, "Hi, Nico, much love. Happy Sunday. I hope everyone's having a great weekend." I've been following along Artemis 11. I'm the first person you're going to hear say that and refer to it as Artemis 11 because I have the ritual pretty much decoded now, and this is what I'm going to share with you. So the news crews, everyone's sharing Artemis. Artemis posted a couple of pictures. And what I find strange with Artemis 11 is the crew. We got 4 of them. So here's the crew. Just give me a second. So the Artemis crew. We have 3 males and 1 woman. Right? You can all see this. 3 men and 1 female for your Artemis 11 crew. First humans to be returning to the moon and going as the furthest in orbit any human has ever gone before. So why is this happening now? Vladimir says nobody was inside during the launch. Of course not. There is no way that any being or mammal or just no one, whether they're the fittest athletes on earth, like these guys are not athletic, of course. They just look like, government agents, Freemasons. They were not sitting in that rocket. As the rocket went up and then instantly curved into the ocean, there was no one on it. We've seen the zip cables. Yeah, we can see as the rocket was taken off, there's 4 zip line cable cars being extended away from the launch site. That's a bit obvious because we've looked into this before with the Apollo missions. And again, no one was ever on them. We've seen videos of escape chutes that the pilots, once they go in the rocket, they go through the chute and end up back in a facility before the launch. And as the launch takes off, no one is on it. So this is the exact same as the Fantastic Four. Marvel's astronauts, that comic book characters that went into space to do some type of mission and somehow came back with powers after a said incident in space. So the Fantastic Four from Marvel have 3 males and 1 woman, just as we have with the Artemis 11 crew. So you got your Richard Reed, your Ben Grimm, your Johnny Storm, and your Sue Storm. Richard Reed, Ben Grimm, Sue Storm, Johnny Storm, brother and sister, right? Husband and wife and friend. The Fantastic Four. The Fantastic Four. Apollo and Artemis. So we had the Apollo missions, and the mission that Apollo did that ended up with men walking on the moon was Apollo 11. And now we have Artemis 11 returning to the moon. So this is the symbolism behind that. So why would they call the first mission with humans landing on the moon called Apollo 11? So the 11 is very symbolic. And then we have Artemis. Artemis is the fraternal twin sister of Apollo. So it would be fitting to return to the moon. So the first mission was Apollo. So now they're going to return to the moon. They're going to return with Apollo's fraternal twin sister, Artemis, which is why the mission is called Artemis 11. So the same thing that happened before, they're just doing it again, but with the twin sister. 11, Twin Towers. So we have the twins, Apollo 11 and Artemis 11, twins, just like the Twin Towers, which represented a giant 11 in the New York skyline. And they came down on September 11th, right? And from this day, it was 666 months until, sorry, that's a whole different thing. So we're talking about the moon mission. So yeah, Apollo 11. So when Apollo took off and landed on the moon, July 20th, 1969, that was 666 months time between that fell on January 20th, 2025, which was the inauguration of the seventh king of Revelation, Donald Trump. 11s. Boy and girl twins are always fraternal, meaning they develop from two separate eggs fertilized by two separate sperm. Here's the Apollo 11 mission. July 16th to the 24th, 1969, was the American spaceflight that first landed humans on the moon. So I got some decodes now. Artemis 11. So when you put it in, what it actually is, it's not Artemis II, it's Artemis 11, twin sister of Apollo 11, returning to the moon. So Artemis 11 equals 1218. Artemis 11 equals 888, year of the horse equals 888, and satanic ritual equals 888. Return to the moon equals 1104, slave of Satan, hell, the Antichrist. But why is Artemis 11 so significant with equaling 1218? I'm going to show you because we've decoded the 1218s a long time ago. Where are they? Here we go. 1218s. Can you see the screen? I'm going to show you the 1218s. So the main thing you need to know why the 1218 is important, because artificial intelligence equals 1218. AI, the very tool, the very entity that is taking over the entire world right now, with AI slop all over the internet and social media platforms, with anything and everything involving the internet is now botted out. It's been overrun. So artificial intelligence 1218. So let's quickly run through the 1218s. Heavy crude oil 1218. Satanic ritual, satanic worship, the 666s equal 1218. The Freemasons equal 1218. The Freemasons equals 1218. Artemis 11 equals 1218. Satanic ritual, satanic worship equals 1218. Artificial intelligence equals 1218. Total lunar eclipse, the Great Seal, revenge of the Sith, Trump attempt 1218. So welcome to hell. Steven Spielberg, all equal 1218. We're going to get into Steven Spielberg because it's a big year, not just for NASA and returning to the moon with Apollo's twin sister Artemis. It's a big year for Spielberg with his Disclosure Day movie dropping in June of this year. The World Health Organization equals 1218. Transgender Day of Remembrance, Antichrist crowned equals 1218. This is what they are doing. They are crowning the Antichrist. Holographic deception is 1218. It is the Antichrist birthing ritual 1218. It is the arrival of the AI beast 1218. And the 4th of November, which is 1104, is 1218, which fell perfectly into another ritual. The numbers 1218, which 1218 are made up of, equals 1218. 1218. Shadow government, Jewish Messiah, Manhattan, New York, Masonic agent, misinformation, heliocentric equals 1218, and Antichrist 726. Holy bloodline equals 1218. Trump tribulation is 1218. Artificial intelligence, digital life, unlimited knowledge, 187. Satan deceives humans, 1218. What is he deceiving humans with? Artemis 11, 1218. Artificial intelligence, 1218. Steven Spielberg, Disclosure Day, 1218. This is the Antichrist birthing ritual, 1218. Artemis 11 equals 1218. Return to the moon equals 1104, which is slave of Satan, hell, the Antichrist. And then we have Apollo 11, which equals 1140, and Apollo equals 666. Let's run it back from the very beginning. The World Health Organization takes place at Davos, Switzerland, 666, 666. It was 1260 days between the death of Queen Elizabeth II on September 8, 2022, to the arrest of her son, Prince Andrew, on February 19th, 1260 days. So we've been talking about the birthing ritual and the 1260, which is why the 1260 keeps coming up now, because we've cracked the code. It is the tribulation code because the 7 years is divided into two halves. The first half is 1260 days. The second half is 1260 days. So I'm not going to quickly explain it, but I will show the decode here for you to pause and go through. Remember, 1260 equals 1104. All of these are 1260. And then keep in mind, I did this decode over a year ago, and it was just this year in February on the 19th, which equals 1260, that Prince Andrew was arrested on February 19th, his birthday, right? So not only was his birthday, it was exactly 1260 days after his mother's death date. Absolutely insane ritual. So we have April 21st is one of my prediction dates is coming up. You'll see it here in the decode. So Steven Spielberg equals 1218. Steven Spielberg was born on 1218, December 18th. As you can see here, born Stephen Allen Spielberg on December 18th, which is 1218. Artificial intelligence equals 1218. Steven Spielberg equals 1218, the day of his birth, December 18th. Disclosure Day is the Spielberg film that will be released on June 12, 2026. Aliens, space, right? We've seen the trailer. If you haven't, it's wild. It's basically saying aliens have been amongst us, all kinds of nonsense, right? It's going to be one of the biggest films of the year until Doomsday, which comes out, Marvel's Doomsday comes out on Steven Spielberg's birthday, 12/18, December 18th. $12.18, the 1260, the 1008. There's the 1104. So remember, 1104 is return to the moon. Hell, the Antichrist equals 1104. Year of the bot equals 1104. Year of the AI, 1104. Slave of Satan, 1104. We have a whole bunch more. Wow, Great Tribulation and slavery all tied in together. Fallen angels. I'm going to play a song for you. Hopefully, I'll remember and get the time to do it. Yeah, we've uncovered everything. So right now, and remember, the Fantastic Four have everything to do with Doomsday, because they are a part of Doomsday. So it is absolutely insane what's happening. Here's the 1104s we've had posted and the 1140s together. And isn't that funny how I put in Artemis 11 and Return to the Moon, and Apollo 11 equals 1140, and Artemis 11 equals 1218. So this is page 35. So keep this in mind. There's the 1140. Synagogue of Satan equals 1140. The Four Horsemen equals 1140. King Charles is 1140. And there it is. Apollo 11 equals 1140. Digital money and soul harvesting. And now we can fit right here into the 1218 for Trump tribulation, artificial intelligence. We have Apollo 11's twin sister, Artemis 11, which equals 1218. Returning to the moon equals 1104, hell the Antichrist, slave of Satan, worship of Satan, and the fake Jewish Canaanites. Avengers Doomsday set for release on 12/18. Everything is fitting right into the decode. And remember, the Fantastic Four are a part of Avengers Doomsday. If you know anything about the comics, right? You'll know all of them: Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, Captain America, the X-Men. It was one hell of a series. Just have some juice. And then a month after Steven Spielberg releases Disclosure Day, we're going to have another summer blockbuster hit, a film by Christopher Nolan called The Odyssey. And this is a story of Odysseus, more Greek mythology. So now we have Artemis, we have Apollo, we have Zeus, and now we have Atlas. Don't forget about Atlas. And now we have Odysseus. And Odysseus is the story of the Greeks and Troy with Achilles and the Trojan horse equals 1104. Greek mythology equals 1152. Great tribulation equals 1152. So when I did a debate the other day in regards to why is NASA and all these satanic rituals named after Greek gods and Greek mythology, everyone's like, oh, because it's cool. I'm like, no, because it has everything to do with Great Tribulation. And it's not Greek mythology. It's actually worshiping and praying to fallen angel demons, right? So that is why Greek mythology is so important, because it is equal to Great Tribulation. And the Odyssey, the name of the film being released, is also equal to 1152, Great Tribulation and Greek mythology. The 7-year tribulation equals 1104. December 18th, 2026, Avengers Doomsday equals Brotherhood of Death. The Doomsday Clock. So we cracked the Doomsday Clock and we were able to make a prediction that came true better than we expected, because the live Doomsday Clock began when I said that they would release something to show the numbers 1104 on the Doomsday Clock to prove that they are hailing the Antichrist and worshiping Satan. So for every trailer, we saw it ticking down. I was like, how much you want to bet? It will be 11/4. So here was the prediction on the date that I said they'd post it, and they did. I woke up that day and was blown away to see the Doomsday is Coming clock set at 11 months and 4 days. 7-year tribulation, Hail the Antichrist, worship of Satan, and slave of Satan. Excuse me. So all the numbers, the 1218, again, Artemis 11, that's the name. Artemis 11. Artemis 11 is your Atlas prototype equals 1218. I'm going to flash through all my cards here quickly. April 21st, 2026. So here's a date that is fast approaching, a prediction. Something's going to happen in regards to this date because April 21st, 2026 falls exactly 1284 weeks after September 11th. So as you can see with the Artemis 11, Apollo 11, September 11th, all the 11s, they keep in line with the ritual. So the Fourth Reich equals 1284. The bottomless pit equals 1284. Church of Satan equals 1284. Federal Bureau of Investigation, slavery, 1284. 2020 is 1284. Nanotechnology, World Sharia law, all of them, 1284. There's the 1440s for Great Tribulation, Soul Contract, Donald Trump is Jewish, Chaos Within Humanity, the AI algorithms. These decodes are the best in the world. Any other decode online is using my decodes. 100% guaranteed. I see you all. I know who you are. I've already exposed you all and brought your names up, but yet you still come to my decodes to take my numbers, my date durations, and apply it to your own work. I will not stand for it. And it will all come to an end shortly. Trust me. So here's the decodes, tribulation, AI, Google, DeepMind. We've gone over everything, and everything is still set here, falling into place, especially with the Artemis 11. Yeah, 1260s, the 1152s. Sorry, I haven't even had a chance to go through the comments. I will once I've quickly gone through all of this. So here we are. This is just, I slapped this quickly on because Artemis 11 equals 1218. Apollo 11 is 1140. There's the numbers. So let me get quickly to the comments. What is everyone here realizing? Yep, Big Love says Heron Song. Good to see you all. Shannon, a long time no see. Happy Resurrection Day. God bless. Hi End Time says hi, Nico. Today a person is saved by faith in the blood atonement of Jesus. Thank you, Lumix. DJ Curious says amen. Amen, Shannon. Enjoying the breakdown too. Interesting to hear your thoughts. Sue says good afternoon to myself in the chat. Okay, now very interesting, says Matthew 9:21. Let's talk it out. I'll explain everything. I just wanted to quickly present it and display it because I was excited once I connected some more things. Yeah, Nico is so on it. Thank you, Jesus. Appreciate you, Sue. Thank you. Says you're the best guy on YouTube. Great decode. So, what more do I have to prove? Wait, let me bring that back up. So again, what we're going over now is the mission. It is not called Artemis II. If they wanted to call it Artemis II, they just put the number 2, but they need it to look like an 11 because it is an 11, right? And once you put it in a gematria calculator and write it fully out, that's when I was able to reveal that Artemis 2, which is actually Artemis 11, equals 1218, which falls in line with the rest of the decode in regards to the Fantastic Four, in regards to Marvel and Doomsday, in regards to Steven Spielberg, artificial intelligence, and his film Disclosure Day. We have uncovered everything to absolute pinpoint accuracy. This is what you have to understand what we're seeing here. So we're going to go through some videos and see what we can find on Artemis if that's what you all want to do. I hope you guys all saw the video that I did with the PhD Tony with his science nonsense. We crushed him. I'm I'll take anyone on. And it's incredible. I remember at times when just people like that, like anyone else, like researchers, high level scientists, like, they can talk the talk. But once you demand to see proof and evidence or an observation of the results that they somehow calculated before the experiment, they can't show you anything. So what did I have to go over? Let me see if I can quickly get one of my songs on here that I just made because it's incredible. I'm happy with it, but I haven't released it yet. I'm working on a couple. I have one called The Days of Noah. I previewed it in yesterday's video. And today's one is called Fallen Angels. Wait till you hear the lyrics on this. I finally got it down packed and it sounds amazing. Facebook. Let's go to Facebook quickly. Actually, no, it's not Facebook. Kristen Chamberlain. So yeah, I've been working on some things, exposing some people, some government agents, some Freemasons. Okay, how do I play this without? So I put myself there. So can you hear the music if I? Yeah, I got music for you. Give me a second. Or we can go to YouTube just to see what people are posting, right? We'll go to my subscriptions maybe, but I don't know why I got subscriptions. Okay, let's just see what's going on here. This is the video of us right now. There's the thumbnail. So as you can see, I put, oh, you can't see it. Hold on. As you can see, I got myself on there on the right here in my camo. We've got the Crusaders of the Resistance, proving Bible prophecy. There's your satanic NASA logo. There's your ridiculous Artemis 11 lunar lander, whatever you call it. There's your crew, the 3 males, your 1 woman, and there's the deception, space, the moon. This is the Fantastic Four. They think we're stupid. They think we don't catch on to these things and the timelines and the naming and the Greek mythology and all the films releasing this year and all the dates. I have it all uncovered. I've had to tuck myself away and become a friggin' mad scientist myself or a decoder, whatever you want to call it, just to see this ritual and uncover it before it took place and call it step by step, pinpoint every part of this ritual has been accounted for. Okay, so who's doing stuff? So we got, what did I just see? Artemis, what did I just see? So let's play this video from Level Observer. I'll just tell you what he's saying. Ridiculous. Always the same thing. They always get the zoom close up of the thrusters going on. They always pull back to show the shot of it going. Oh, look, what's that? You see this? There's cable cars leaving the zone right there. Give me a second. Matthew 9:21 has just posted a comment saying, I have been in the concordance and cross-referencing my Bible studies and demos and has been coming up and demos has been coming up everywhere in Greek, and it just happens to be Strong's G1218. So tell me some more. We will bring it up live right now. As you know, it was Strong's 1404, Mark of the Beast, which is also the devil in concordance with the Greek. This is unbelievable. So I'm very interested to see what you've found with your concordance and what the 1218 comes up with. I definitely have done the concordance with all my decodes, but the top one that I always share is the 1404. So watch right here. Either way, I say that's too obvious, but like I said, they want it to be obvious. They want you to figure it out, knowing that 99% of the world will not figure it out. Again, let me say that again. They make these mistakes on purpose because they know how far duped and brainwashed the masses are. They know because they're the ones that did it. But they also know that they need and want people to figure it out. That's part of the plan. It's part of the laws of deception, right? And truth in plain sight. They have to tell you what they're doing. And if you still fall for it, then that's on you. And this comes back to Second Thessalonians 2:11. It says, God will send strong delusion because they so desperately want to believe the lie. And Satan knows that he is the strong delusion that has been sent. And it's because they want to believe the lie. And God allows Satan to perform the delusion that he's performing. And the mistakes are purposely done. We know that the footage they show can be so much better because we've seen Hollywood space movies that look realistic. They know how to make rockets look real in space, but yet they don't show us that on purpose because it's part of the laws from the Bible, especially in regards to Second Thessalonians. God has sent the strong delusion so you could believe the lie because you want to. And Satan has to still he has to perform the strong delusion. He has to make it very weak and pathetic with so many holes and so many discrepancies because he wants you to know that it is a lie. He wants you to know that he is the strong delusion that God sent to tell the lies and deceive the world. And he's going to laugh because he knows that he has had so much power and so much joy in doing the rituals he's been doing and performing the deception. And he knows how far gone humanity is because he is the one that has a grip into your soul, ready to extract it from you once he pumps you full of nanotechnology. So no matter what they show you, no matter how ridiculous the mission is, no matter how cartoony the NASA images of space look, people will still defend it and stick up for it. That's it. And people like me that don't fall for BS will not. And even though I'm on here trying to show you and explain step by step, freaking, like I'm explaining it to a baby, like goo, goo, ga, ga. I can't go any slower than I'm going. If you do not get it, you are not meant to get it. Please leave. I am on a very, very narrow path towards where I need to be going. If you do not like and what you see, if you look at me and be like, oh, this guy is all by himself alone, walking a very narrow path alone, then leave me be. Get the fuck out of here. Go back to your wide gate that looks wide and full with your millions and billions of people, and you go follow that crowd, right? Because the gate to hell is wide and full, but the pathway to heaven is narrow and thin, and you won't see crowds of people rushing through to get through the narrow path. You'll see one, maybe two people by themselves walking it alone, right? So we got Level Earth Observer, we got Mark Sargent, Flat Earth Banjo. He loves his TikTokers. Yeah. Artemis 2, we got They Live Truth. Astra, let's put this video on because we know They Live Truth posts some good stuff. I'm not going to listen to him, but we're going to skim through and explain it ourselves, what we're seeing here. Here, let's just play it with the sound. Give me a sec then. Give me a sec. We're going to play it. We're going to show some nonsense. Like, I've been doing this for 10 years. I'm not going to get back up like a freaking hamster on a spinning wheel and be like, oh my God, look, there's the green screen. There's why are they playing with a floaty toy? Why is he chewing gum like he's on Earth? Like there's so much stupidness coming from the footage. I have to do it. Okay, but I want someone else to do it for me. That's why I'm gonna play this video with the sound. Let's hear what Buddy's got to say.
Prior to making their way into outer space to the moon. That gets into misinformation and disinformation. There's a difference. Misinformation is information put out not intended to be incorrect. They're just people putting out information unknowingly that is wrong. And there's disinformation, which is intentional. We'll get into that. But first off, many people are mentioning this on social media with the so-called cable car that's making its way, and supposedly it's an escape for the astronauts. And give me a break. Let's get right to it with the actual footage, and let's get to it. It's right here, the so-called cable car. This is just an emergency basket, supposedly that little bit. But first off, let's escape pod. That was, as I showed in my previous video. There it goes. See it over here, right? They would be pretty crispy. They would be barbecued astronauts and left in all this smoke and all this heat. Absolutely not. And for truthers really to believe.
Exactly. So that's what I said. I said that cable car thing is way too obvious and stupid, right? I'm like, they have better ways of doing this. We've already debunked it back from the 70s, back with the 86 shuttle that blew up, and we knew they were not ever on there. We know ways that they have, like I said, they have tunnels and slides that slide right out of the rocket. They don't need to be in a cable car. I don't know why they did that. That's just a ploy. And just as Buddy says, they'll be cooked, right? So let's put that back on.
There are so-called astronauts that were even in here. You're absolutely out of your mind. You have no idea of what's taking place with this deception. There's nobody aboard inside the capsule. Never has been with all these past so-called space missions. Like I said, all these rockets just dump into the Bermuda Triangle off the...
Yep, everything I said, everything I've said. The rocket goes up. So look, this is where the rocket goes up, right? And you got everyone on the ground watching it. It's going up, and then it curves right here. How the hell, if it's curving right here and the people on the ground can see it from their cell phone curving, how the hell is it going into space? It needs to be going all the way, like way up, not going up a few hundred feet and then curving. So where's it curving to? Because look, the Atlantic Ocean's right there. It's either going to go somewhere within this vicinity, within the Bermuda Triangle. That's all. It's so obvious.
Coast of Florida. That very simple. And here's an image of the so-called emergency symbolism. Always about the symbolism when it comes down to it. And that gets into this. Now, an emergency situation, supposedly. Nonetheless, there's your dome symbolism. Always about the symbolism when it comes down to it.
So that is the firmament there, the dome. That's why it's blue. And then you have all your satanic serpent-looking type swivel, like it's got through the firmament and it's going to war with the heaven, right? That's what they want. So look at this. Or this could be a red road pathway, the satanic path, like I said, going through the wide gate, right? So it's leading people. Again, many different ways you can look at it, but this is definitely the firmament.
And that gets into this. Now, I believe many people are pushing this as misinformation. They're just ignorant. They really believe that there's going to be astronauts coming out and going in these pods. No, like I said, these are empty capsules when it comes to the Artemis II and past missions. But that gets into disinformation, and that gets to what we see here with the so-called astronauts aboard the Artemis II capsule.
Yeah, the footage that we see is absolutely ridiculous. These guys are not doing any space work. They're just sitting around playing with plastic, acting. This guy, the pilot, I've never seen him pilot anything. He's just chewing gum. But yet we got a little fluffy toy floating around that they're obsessed with and keep touching and tapping. He's chewing gum like there's no gravity. But yet we got things floating around here. If he really had gum in his mouth, it would be a lot more difficult to chew in zero gravity than what he was doing on live national TV with NBC News.
And this has been promoted heavily on social media. Let's take a listen here. And this is what I call a truth trap. This is done on purpose. So people share this, so-called truthers share this. And then once you're debunked, you look silly and people are going to say you're wrong. You have bad discernment and the so-called launch and the moon mission was real. Let's get right to it. What is shown here.
Did you see that? And I'm wondering,
what's up with the lettering behind this ball?
How are they doing with you so far from home?
Like, what? Wait for it.
I overheard from some of the conferences, and then what I enjoyed watching.
What is this?
So you see what looks like letters and obviously supposedly CGI when it comes down to it with this. But I tell people constantly, you must check several sources. Go to the original source to find out. And unfortunately, a lot of so-called truthers are sharing this. Even people on my channel that have been around for many, many years are sharing this as legit.
See, that's what I don't do. I don't jump onto the internet and follow the fashion and start posting the same crap. Remember TFE when everyone was posting that green screen glitch from someone's shirt and trying to claim fake? And I was like, you guys are all posting the same crap. You're a bunch of fucking losers, bunch of nerds, bunch of dorks. I had to use my brain to say, look, they did that on purpose to make you look stupid, to make you all start posting, oh, green screen, green screen. I'm the one that jumped up and said, you fucking idiots. You got played. They played you. They actually wanted you to divert away from the real truth, make you scream green screen so they could easily debunk it. I says they are in a volume studio, right? That's how I blew up in the flat earth 2 years ago, because I didn't follow the dumb shit. I'm not following it now, which is what Buddy's showing. It's like everyone's posting the same dumb glitches, not taking and getting the full picture. That's where I come in, right? I post the real decodes. I post the real story. I'm not running online trying to post and get content and views and stuff from the exact same thing a million other people are posting. Stop following the crowd. Walk the narrow path. The Bible tells you, walk the narrow path. If you're following the crowd, if you're sharing something that has thousands of shares already and you feel like you're missing out and you have to share it to show the social algorithm that, yeah, you agree with this group of, like, you're an idiot. You're being fucking played. Walk the narrow path. Be yourself. Stop following the fucking crowd.
You got to step back, take a deep breath, relax, and look for the original source. Just don't go to Twitter and start sharing things. Do some rare things. You need, and to prove this is the same footage, take a look at the astronaut in the back. You see him as he passes the mic. It's all smoke and mirrors, but you see him pass the mic over, which they commonly do to make it look up and legit. Now, when you go back to this video, the one that has fakery, he's pushing the mic here again. It's the same video. So make no mistake about it. This is just intentional disinformation and just share things.
Yes, intentional disinformation, which is what I was able to share and teach a couple of years ago with the TFE crap, with the fake information they tried to put out to hide from the real deception, right? So they create a pathetic fake deception for people to run with, to make them look silly and waste their time while they get away with the actual deception. And that's what I did not let them get away with 2 years ago. They never even got the chance to leave the supposed Antarctica, and I already called it as it was. So I'm just trying to see who's posted what from who I subscribe to in regards to Artemis and the fakery and what they found, but everyone's just posting the same crap. Oh, the cable cars, oh, the plush, like they're falling for, like, you don't think people are out there getting paid huge amounts to put out disinfo like that so they can easily debunk it? You guys are being taken for a run. Yeah, follow the narrow path. I'm not in this to make friends and follow people and have a huge crowd of fake people. No, I'm going to walk by myself, and whoever's there will be because God will put them there. I'm not choosing or picking anything. I'm just walking the narrow path away from the world. That's it. I'm just going through any videos, Artemis. It's not much. People just posting the same crap. I'm the only one here with the decodes, connecting the symbolism with the Greek mythology and connecting it and pulling it all together with every other ritual that is taking place this year. I'm connecting how this stupid Artemis 11 mission is connected to Apollo 11, is connected to Donald Trump, is connected to artificial intelligence, is connected to crowning the Antichrist, right? It's all connected. So I see Brandon is in the chat. Let me share Brandon's comments because you took the time to be in here and type whatever you wanted to type. Oh God, where is it? So Brandon says the moon is a dusty old rock in the sky that pagans worship. See, I don't agree with that because the moon is not a dusty old rock. It's a luminary. It's a heavenly luminary. The moon is the lesser light to rule the night. That is it. Give me a sec. So guys, talk to me. Who's following this thing? How do you see this falling and playing out in the public eye? Is there going to be a surprise? Because they're still out there. They haven't come back yet. Are they going to come back? Is everything going to go according? Are they going to run into Atlas in space? Are they going to run into some alien spaceships and get hijacked by alien pirates? Like they're going to they could come up with something or nothing, right? Maybe the ritual is happened and taken place. As long as our minds are in space with the fake crew and the fake space, then the ritual's taken place, right? So not here, not with me. My mind is not in space, that's for sure. Artemis, Freemasons. Artemis fake Masonic moon mission explained. Let's see what he says about this one.
Not an actual moon landing mission, just basically a flyby. What a complete joke this is, considering NASA supposedly put men on the moon back in 1969 all the way to 1972 and never has done it since. And again, including this mission as well. Nonetheless, let's get right into it with this phony fake garbage that NASA is peddling. And obviously, you see the date here, April 1st. Of course, April Fool's Day, fooling the public when it comes down to, and always coded Artemis II, as you see here in numerology, is 33. And one thing I find interesting too regarding this April Fool's Day so-called moon mission launch, the first time the so-called globe Earth has ever been televised with the so-called picture from space was on April Fool's Day, April 1st, 1960. Again, they've been doing this forever, fooling the public, playing with the public like they're children, and always with the occultic side with Artemis itself. The name is based on the Greek goddess, as you see here, Artemis, and her association with the moon itself and her twin brother, as you see here, Apollo, and the obvious connection with the Apollo missions. These two were the offspring of Zeus and Leto. Of course, the duality aspect of the sun and the moon when it comes to these two individuals and the so-called space missions by NASA. And before showing the footage from the so-called Artemis II mission, I definitely want to break down the occultic side. As you see here, Buzz Aldrin doing the all-seeing eye symbol, the 666 hand sign.
All this stuff is so old and boring to me. We've gone over this for 10 years. We've gone over everything. it's like, if you really want to believe this, then go ahead. But so look, this is the curve now coming up
into so-called space. But it's all about perspective. I'll get into that. But again, it appears it's going straight up from this vantage point. I'm going to pause right here and stop right here. You see it coming down to the last part of this video, but it goes out further and more parallel. Do not explore too much in this area. So this is why things are happening.
Okay, all stuff we've gone over. I'm not going to bore you to death with the same old stuff we can talk about forever. So we need to get to the new things. Baby stepping. Oh boy. It's hard. Sorry. So you're saying thank you for baby stepping me through this. It's appreciated. You're welcome. Okay, how do I bring something up here? Okay, let me try something. So we're gonna play a song. Okay, a new song by me here. It's called Fallen Angels. I'm gonna share the lyrics for it. Just give me a second. And then you guys can tell me what you think about it. I'm going to post it in the chat. Is it going to let me post the whole song? I don't think so. Okay, let's just play it and get to it. I'm happy with it, so I'm going to play it for you all.
Fallen angels. Midnight over marble avenues, neon dancing on ancient hues. Crowds move fast, they never glance at silent watchers in their stance. Long before the kings wore gold, before the stories men were told, heaven trembled, stars withdrew, and something ancient broke on through. Genesis whispered in the night, sons of God saw daughters light. Desire rose where none had been, and heaven's blood was mixed with men. Giants walked the newborn lands, stone obeyed their heavy hands. Cities climbed toward the sky, pillars where the eagles fly. Statues carved with ageless eyes, guard the streets in grand disguise. Marble halls and iron gates hide the truth of ancient faiths. Libraries with shadowed domes, banks built over buried bones. Parliament and sculpted pride keeps the older world inside. They say a lost empire fell, buried deep beneath the shell, but older voices still remain, whispering through stone and rain. Toronto shining by the lake, London fog at morning break. Berlin towers cut the gray, Prague where silent watches stay. Mexico where temples rise, Buenos Aires under skies. Melbourne streets where columns stand, Shanghai stretching through the land. Every city, every square, silent angels everywhere. Frozen high in bronze and stone, waiting through the centuries alone. Daniel spoke of iron and clay, kingdoms arise and swept away. Yet the Watcher's works remain, written deep in earth and grain. And the scripture softly tells, nothing hidden ever dwells, forever buried in the night. All will stand revealed in light. People pass beneath their gaze, lost within the modern maze. Phones and screens command their sight, while the watchers hold the night. But a day will surely rise when the veil leaves mortal lies. Every tower, dome, and wall will remember what did fall. the door. We'll confess what came before, not the work of mortal hands, but the rain of fallen angels.
I'm gonna play it again. I was just trying to post the lyrics so you guys could try and follow on and understand what was going on in the song, but I'm happy with it. It's a Tartaria song. It's a Book of Enoch song. It is Genesis. It's what took place, who came down. It's the reign of the fallen angels. It's all the buildings around us. It's the angels still watching over us. I'm gonna play it again so you get an idea of what the song's about. It's revealing, right? What's going on in cities. I mentioned Toronto, Prague, London, right? Every city, Buenos Aires, Mexico, the angels are there, right? And people just walk by and don't see. But yeah, we're getting to it. This is really good. Derek's wearing camo today. You are part of the Crusaders or the Resistance. That's awesome. Can relate. Awesome, says Sue. Dirk says, I just got here. I will watch from the beginning. Maybe the only real truth we will listen to in this age of deception, of course. Like, I'm getting tired of it. It's so easy. There's no need to come on and do some big charade or just, it's fake. Like, I'm just trying to make it as simple as possible. I'm putting that song back on. It sounds so good. The Reign of Fallen Angels. Yep, scripture is the only real truth, and that's what I'm using to write my music is scripture. So if you play any of my songs, I actually have Bible verses in the song. I've turned Bible verses into music form. That's what I want to do, is to be able to sing and perform the Bible. And it's easier for me to remember that way off by heart, even though I know a lot of the key verses in scripture. Sue says, I love it. I'm going to put it back on. I'll try and share the lyrics again, but it hasn't been released yet, so you're the first ones to hear it. And I have another song. Let's play the Noah song, actually. Let me get that one on. I'm still undecided about this. I do want to change some of the lyrics. Like, I like parts of it, but I'm not convinced. Tell me what you think of the Days of Noah. Hold on, let me make sure you're hearing it. Yeah, Days of Noah. So get ready. This is the Days of Noah, written by me.
As it was in the days of Noah, so it is again. King Nico. Days of Noah, they were eating, drinking blind. Never saw the judgment coming in his time. AI rising while they trust the lion sign. King Nico talk, but they laughed and stayed behind. Days of Noah, when the rain began to fall, 2 by 2, only few obeyed the call. Crusaders stand, we were set apart from all. Now we rise above the waters as they fall. Every day he was preaching in the street, told them turn, but they wouldn't take heed. Said the rain coming down, they ain't believe, so they laughed every time he would speak. Never seen it, so they said it ain't real. Living life like tomorrow was sealed. Building slow while they mock from the field. Didn't know what the silence concealed. And the heavens opened up in a flash, and the fountains from the deep started crash. Everything that they trusted just passed. When the waters rose up way too fast, door shut tight, there was no turning back. All the warnings, they refused to react. Now the truth was all that they had, as the world disappeared into black. Days of Noah, they were eating, drinking blind. Never saw the judgment coming in his time. AI rising while they trust the lion sign. King Nico talk, but they laughed and stayed behind. Days of Noah, and the rain began to fall. 2 by two, only few obey the call. Crusaders stand, we were set apart from all. Now we rise above the waters as not a battle playing out again. Same blind hearts in the minds of men. Trust the voice that they hold within. But it's cold, not a soul, not a friend. Image speak now moves and it learns. Every answer got the people to turn from the truth they was meant to discern. Not a line between phase and burns. Mark the hand, mark the mind, it's near. Draw the line, every choice made clear. Follow truth or be led by fear. Every soul gotta choose it here. Just like Noah in ancient days, few will walk in the narrow ways. Many lost cause they chose to stay. Not a flood come and wash away. Door was open, now it's closed. Time was given, they chose. Rain keeps falling, no escape. Truth decides who remains. No, they were eating, drinking blind. Now they see the judgment coming in this time. AI rising, but they cannot cross the line. King Nico taught, but they chose to stay behind. Days of Noah, and the rain begin to fall. 2 by 2, only few obey the call. Crusaders stand, we were set apart from all. Now we rise above the waters as they fall.
I believe it's all right. I'm gonna work on it, make it better. But my favorite right now that I'm excited to work on and make a music video, especially with the angel buildings, the statues. I can make this so amazing. So again, I'm gonna play Fallen Angels for you guys, and yeah, I'm still reading all your amazing comments. So thank you, everyone. It's amazing to have you all here.
Fallen angels. Midnight over marble avenues, neon dancing on ancient hues. Crowds move fast, they never glance at silent watchers in their stance. Long before the kings wore gold, before the stories men were told, heaven trembled, stars withdrew, and something ancient broke on through. Genesis whispered in the night. Sons of God saw daughters light. Desire rose when none had been, and heaven's blood was mixed with men. Giants walked the newborn lands. Stone obeyed their heavy hands. Cities climbed toward the sky. Pillars where the eagles fly. Statues carved with ageless eyes. Guard the streets in grand disguise. Marble halls and iron gates hide the truth of ancient faiths. Libraries with shadow domes. Banks built over buried bones. Parliament and sculpted pride keeps the older world inside. They say a lost empire fell, buried deep beneath the shell, but older voices still remain, whispering through stone and rain. Toronto shining by the lake, London fog at morning break. Berlin towers cut the gray. Prague where silent watches stay. Mexico where temples rise. Buenos Aires under skies. Melbourne streets where columns stand. Shanghai stretching through the land. Every city, every square, silent angels everywhere. Frozen high in bronze and stone, waiting through the centuries alone. Daniel spoke of iron and clay, kingdoms rise and swept away. Yet the Watcher's works remain, written deep in earth and grain. And the scripture softly tells, nothing hidden ever dwells, forever buried in the night. All will stand revealed in light. People pass beneath their gaze, lost within the modern maze. Phones and screens command their sight, while the watchers hold the night. But a day will surely rise when the veil leaves mortal eyes. Every time not the work of mortal hands, but the rain of fallen angels.
Oh boy, working on it. Working on it. We have a musician here. It's a labor of love. I love to produce the music and creator would be proud of. God bless you, Derek. That's exactly how I feel. Brandon says we all have to sing Moses' song to get into heaven. Might as well learn it now, and how beautiful it would sound in their tongue. Moses' song. Share that with me. I'll learn that and sing it for sure. I find the music uplifting as I am surrounded by soulless NPCs every day. I put on the armor of God like Jesus taught us in this great reset. Exactly. Dirk says, I love the lyrics. Also, prophecy and music. Exactly. Red Barrett says, it's all a big Masonic shit show. Space is fake. Yeah, so I'll be making more music. I will be releasing Fallen Angels this week. Just need to do some more fine tuning. Artwork's going to be Isla de los Cruzados. So if you haven't already, check it out on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, YouTube. You can listen free. You don't have to pay for anything. So any thoughts? Any more? Marissa is here. Says, hi, love. Good to see you, lovely. I'm just about finishing up here. Just spoke a bit about Artemis and some of the signs, the symbolism, the bigger picture of this massive ritual. It's more than just green screen and floaty objects in space and cable cars and the escape process. We know it's fake. We don't need to prove that people were not ever in the shuttle. We know they're not in space. We have to just start explaining why are they doing this? What comes next after this? They're not doing this to deceive you for no reason, right? So this is pretty much what the video is explaining. It's all for the crowning of the Antichrist. It's for the ushering in of the AI beast network, right? It's for full disclosure of aliens and space. It's all one big connection of the deception cesspool, right? Dirk says, if people had faith of a mustard seed, they would realize Artemis deception is man trying to be God. However, there is a firmament over the world. So it's total lies. He is absolutely right about that. What other songs? Do I have any other biblical songs I've been working on? Let me just quickly go over the list I have here. I got the Days of Noah. I have a song called AI. I'm working on that. I don't know how I want that. I've got Cities of the Fallen. So the Fallen Angel song is basically Cities of the Fallen, but you've all heard No More War. I got a song called Animales I'm working on. I'm not sure how I want that to come out. But yeah, everything I've pretty much released that I worked on. So you're just missing a couple of songs like The Days of Noah, AI, Fallen Angels. Yeah, so there's 3 others that are going to be released shortly. I'm just giving sneak peeks of these songs I'm working on and the lyrics, and the story is basically Bible prophecy, of course. So we're making it epic. We are making the Bible epic, worthy enough to win a Grammy. Chapter 15 of Revelations will give you all you need to know on Moses' song. Thank you, Brennan. Chapter 15, Revelations 15. 109, 354. So does anyone have any request, any information they would like to share in regards to Artemis, space, Earth being flat? Anyone clued in on the ritual yet? You know, I did show some decodes. Like I said, I didn't prepare this live. I just jumped on because most of the work I already done months ago, and seeing the Artemis 11 decode just made me jump on and have to throw it in the mix to show and bring everything together that what we've been teaching and sharing is actually very accurate. Awesome comment. I'm not going to say it, but you can all see it and read it. Thank you, Marissa. It's making a line of what master you will serve. Yeah, and people are choosing. Again, the path is narrow. NASA is not a narrow path. That's the world view. That's the world path. And that gate is wide open. Anyone from baby to 100 can just toddle it, dwell their way into space, right? The narrow path, please. The narrow path. So I'm King Nico. If you have been watching and listening to this live, you are the resistance.